thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
GlobalScaleRadio.net.
If you're lying, it must be half stepping. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J back once again for a live show. Today's date, October 1st, Monday. Ready to start the second half or the second part of the NFL season. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J, GlobalScaleRadio.net, highest rated show on GlobalScaleRadio.net. Get down with us tonight. Hit us up by phone, 804-447-0601, 804-447-0601, as we do every single week. We got a live show for you. We're going to get into, as I alluded to a moment ago, the second part of the 3-part NFL season. We're getting ready to go into week 5 start next week. We got 4 games under our belt. Some teams already had buys. We get into it. We got our NFL segment in the next segment. And then at the top of the hour, we go into hip-hop. We got a couple of guests in the building who I'm going to introduce momentarily. We got some guests that's going to talk about the state of hip-hop today, in the past, and where it's going in the future. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J, Big Rube, and Carlton Banks. As we do every single week, we go around the room, we get into the fellas and how everybody's doing. I'm going to take the opportunity to introduce our guest first. Our first guest is a man who we've known in our little crew for a long time. He's a hip-hop fan. He's an Atlanta Falcons fan. He's a friend of ours, and we want y'all to show him some love. We got Jay Bondi in the room. What's up, brother?
What's up, Marcus?
What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, chilling.
You doing all right?
The show with you tonight.
You gonna grab the mic, man? You gonna talk to me? Grab the mic. Because you a hip hop fan. You ought to know how to grab the mic. Grab the mic.
Yeah, I don't perform though, man.
That's
like
you
good at listening.
You perform in your car though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. We appreciate you joining us. It's good to see you. We haven't seen you in the studio since we was the green room at Jay Grizzy Green.
Yeah, it's been a
and
minute.
whatnot. It's been a minute, so it's glad to have you back. We're gonna give you an opportunity to rep your squad.
He love me.
We know the Atlanta Falcons is doing their damn thing this season, so we are quite sure that you're a happy man right now.
Oh, most definitely.
Most definitely.
We'll see what happens though in that first week of the playoffs.
So where were you when you were watching the game yesterday?
I was at home sleeping.
We gonna talk about you in the next segment. When we get to football, we gonna get on you because you're supposed to be in front.
I got a good excuse though.
All right, well,
we'll get into it then.
What's her name?
What's her name? That ain't it. Her name's Bad.
That's what's up. All right, we got our next guest that we're gonna introduce today. Is another man who joined us during his first tenure with us when it was the Green Room with Jay Grizzy Green. I like to call him Grizzy Jr., but he's his own man. We got Jay Savior in the building. What's up, brother?
What's happening?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. About yourself?
Doing wonderful, man. It's good to see you, man. Ain't seen you in a minute.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad to have you and whatnot. We're going to let you rep your squad as well. We talk about you sometimes when you're not here. Behind your back. We talk about you behind your back because you go ahead and tell the listeners what your team is.
I am the greatest show on turf, the St. Louis Rams.
The St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf circa 1992 or 3 or 4, whatever year it was with Kurt Warner and those boys won that ring and whatnot. But it's good to see you, man. How you been?
Been good, man. Been good. Steadily grinding.
That's what's up, man. We got you here to talk about some hip-hop as well.
We can do that.
You an aspiring rapper, is that correct?
Indeed.
You still doing your thing?
I try to every now and then.
I mean, if you got something that you might want to spit, I'm not going to put you on the spot now, but if you want to spit something at some point before the end of the show, I might just kind of give you the thumbs up and just go like this and whatnot. If you're a real rapper, you should be able to do it.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
That's what I'm talking about. We also got another guest in the room and whatnot. We got the former host of the Time Slot, our friend, our partner, our homie, our brother, Jay Grizzy Green is in the room. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's up?
How you
Marcus
doing?
Ain't No Half Steppin crew.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just happy to be here. Of course, you know, I'm looking forward to a whole bunch of stuff. When you told me about the topic I was talking about today, it got me on made me wonder, think back, and wonder what the state of hip hop is right now. So I'm just gonna sit back and listen. You know, I'm not even gonna chime in. I just want to hear.
Well, if you hear something that makes your heart feel one kind of way, one way or the other, feel free to jump in and say your piece or whatnot. And you know, if your son over there says something untoward, then jump on.
He know how to represent.
If Bondi say
he
something,
know how to hold it down. But and another reason I'm here to listen to what Big Rube got to say.
Yeah. If Big Rube or Carlton Banks say something crazy, you can get on them as well.
Oh Lord, I don't know. I might have to. I do that. But yeah, thanks for having me here. Thanks for inviting me. It's always a pleasure. Love coming here to the fam.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Again, if you want to be down with us, hit us up on the Facebook page. Hit us up on Twitter, NONLFSTEPPIN. I stole Big Rube's line.
He got it right, too.
I stole his line. I've been practicing on our Twitter. We have been not taking care of Twitter the way we should, but we got a pretty good presence on Facebook. So I'm sure our Facebook listeners is all over it. So we'll take a moment to go around the room with the regular cast of Ain't No Half Stab with Marcus. I'm gonna start with my main man on my right tonight. What's up, Carlton Banks?
What's good, boy?
I'm good, man. How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just worried. I mean, you know, no offense, but I'm looking for the next hour and a half to go by like really, really fast.
Yeah.
You know where my heart is.
We know that your heart is. Why don't you tell the listeners where your heart is?
My heart is in the deep South Texas stadium, so we can go ahead and go get up in them Chicago. You know, they Cubs. That's what we're going to play.
Dallas is in North Texas.
Hey, look.
Northeast Texas, right? He got what's up with his geography?
He want to call a spade, but that's all right.
That's what's up, Carlton Banks.
What's your Steelers record?
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into it.
This weekend, we was undefeated.
They was undefeated at the bye. So, Carlton Banks, how was your weekend, man?
It was good, man. My kids lost the game this week. They scored 2 easy goals on us that we never recovered from, but hey, Little Banks scored 2 goals, and one of them with his left foot, so I'm kind of proud of that.
Little Banks did his thing.
He did his thing.
That's what's up. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Big Rube.
Yeah.
Big Rube.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Nothing, man. Just chilling.
You doing all right?
You know it.
You had a good day yesterday.
I had an excellent weekend. What are you talking about?
Well, why don't you share with us, but for yesterday, why don't you share with us why you had such a good weekend?
You know, big up to 757. Went back to my second home for the weekend. Got to hang out with some of the friends stuff down there. 2 of my friends got married again.
That's what's up, man.
So, you know, that was good. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, nah. They got married before, but, you know, they had, you know.
Oh, okay. Make it clear. I mean, because I would be like,
saying.
they got married,
Nah.
divorced, and back married again.
They just did it. They did it the right way. Yeah, they did it the right way.
They did it the right way. That's what's up.
With a party.
So your homies got married. You went to the wedding. You had a good time. You got to see
good.
some old friends you hadn't seen in a while. That's what's up, man.
You know, things beautiful. You know, of course, yesterday, we'll talk about yesterday
We'll get
later.
to it. We'll get
you
to
know,
it.
but this is the first time I'd like to say, first time in a long time that all my teams won and all my fantasy teams won the same weekend. Very beautiful. Right now, it's hard to not be on cloud 24 right now. Because cloud 9 ain't high enough.
Well, you know what? I'm glad. Wow. That just, you know, I'm getting ready to transition.
You know what?
And then it really dawned on me what he just said.
Cut his mic off.
Yeah, he got me.
Don't hear you couldn't come up with that.
No, he couldn't. Ain't no half step with Marcus J. Marcus J had a good weekend. I didn't do much, literally. I just sat back and chilled on Saturday, just kind of watched some baseball. Yankees didn't do too good this weekend, but watched the games. And yesterday had a cookout with some friends. That's really it. Watched the game last night, which we'll talk a little bit about in the next segment. One thing, and we normally kind of at this point of the show, we kind of go around and do a full sports roundup. Only thing that I really want to get to, I don't know if you guys have heard this story or have heard the name Adam Greenberg. Anybody know the name Adam Greenberg?
Yes.
Big Rube knows the name Adam Greenberg. Adam Greenberg, about 6 or 7 years ago, was a baseball prospect in the Chicago Cubs organization who, in his hard work, actually it was in 2005, July 9th to be exact, and he worked his way up through the minor leagues. He finally made it to the big leagues. He had been called up, and in his very first plate appearance, in the first pitch of his very first plate appearance, he took a fastball off the back of the head, and it basically ended his career. He didn't have, that concussion-like syndrome for the next year, and for a long time they didn't know if he was going to make it, and of course he got himself back together, but physically he's never been the same, and he was given a one-day contract to play in a game tomorrow. So I thought that was a pretty cool story. Big Rube, you said you had heard the story before?
Yes.
So what were your thoughts when you heard about it?
First of all, I'd like to say that the Cubs are really terrible. Considering it happened. No, he was a Cub when it happened, and it's not like they going to any playoffs anytime soon.
Well, are they the team that let him play?
No, the Marlins, the team who hit him.
The team, basically what happened was he was playing for the Cubs at the time. It was a Florida Marlins pitcher who hit him. Of course, they've been renamed the Miami Marlins. And the Cubs, of course, they released him. He toiled in the minor leagues for the last few years. And the Miami Marlins, and I think this is a publicity stunt, but it's a nice publicity stunt. But the Miami Marlins signed him to a one-day contract and allowed him to play for them. They play against the Mets tomorrow. He's not going to play the field, but they will give him an opportunity to be in a big league uniform and step to the plate again and see what happens to him. So I thought it was a cool story. Big Road.
Most definitely. I'm glad that they're giving them the opportunity to do that. And I hope everybody pay attention and see what's going on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be fun, and see what happens. And as far as the baseball, we know that the Yankees, the Orioles, and the Texas Rangers yesterday, Big Rube, each clinched a playoff spot. Now, the Yankees and the Orioles are both tied right now,
unfortunately,
at the top of the American League East, with the Yankees set to play 3 games against the Red Sox and the Orioles set to play 3 games against the Tampa Bay Rays. Break it down for me. Who's winning the American League East and why?
Yankees. The Orioles are almost there, but I can't see it. The Yankees now have to step up and take care of business like we should be. We should have been doing.
Should be.
We're not. Well, the cool thing about it is we're not going to repeat what Boston did last year.
Right.
Because we're going to October.
Right.
So
my only fear with that, and the only fear is the Yankees haven't been playing well. I mean, they played pretty good in the last 2 weeks, and then the last few days they faltered against Toronto. But my concern is this: let's say they don't. Let's say worst case scenario for the Yankees is they end up tied at the end of these 3 games with the Orioles. So what they'll have to do is they'll have to play a 1-game playoff against the Orioles to see who wins.
Where is that going to be at? Do we know?
Whichever, it was probably going to be in Baltimore because they won the season series against the Yankees. So they'll play a 1-game series against, and this is not just about the Yankees, it's against the Orioles as well. Let's say they end up tied. They play a 1-game playoff. The winner of that 1-game playoff will then have to, the loser of that 1-game playoff, the loser will have
another
to play,
1-game playoff.
Will have another 1-game playoff against the wild card. So now you just played 2 1-game playoffs and burned your 2 best pitchers just for the opportunity
to get smoked by Texas.
To get smoked by, well, it won't be Texas. It'll be whoever wins the Central. So it'll be either, well, it's probably going to be Detroit because Chicago, last week it was Chicago. This week
I thought
Detroit.
Texas had the best record.
Texas has the best record, but Chicago has the worst record. So, or the Central has the worst record. So the winner of the American East will play against the wild card. They'll play against the wild card.
Oh, okay.
Confused?
I thought Texas was getting the wild card.
Texas gets the wild card.
That's what I'm saying.
Texas gets the wild card. The winner of the American League East
gets the Central.
Will get the Central.
That's what I'm saying, because you just burned 2 good pitchers and you about to get smoked by Texas.
You're right. So then what? I mean, Texas at that point will probably have been sitting home for 3 days, chilling, resting, and then there's some people that think they have the best team in the American League anyway.
Yeah, and then if you lose the playoff game with the Orioles, we would have to play the Angels.
Well, the Angels ain't gonna make it, are they?
Yeah, there's only one place left.
They're the only. That's right.
It's them or the Rays, and that's why the Rays need to win. If the Rays sweep Baltimore, they may get in, but I think Arizona's got to win 2 out. Not Arizona.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles got to win.
Savannah,
the Angels got to win 2 out of 3, and then What's got to lose 2 out of 3.
That's what.
So I'm hoping that the Tampa Bay Rays do business.
Well, if the Tampa Bay Rays do business, they end up beating Baltimore, getting in, and
Playing Baltimore again.
Playing Baltimore. Well, they would. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they would. You know that because they could end up tied because the Rays are 3 games behind.
I just rather play Detroit or Chicago.
As you can see, as we're going through it, and how I'm stumbling, and Ruben has it together. It's so convoluted and confusing that all of this stuff is going on. It should make for a pretty good, fun week of baseball down in the American League East. And, of course, we didn't get into the rest, but I'll give a shout-out to Carlton Banks on his Atlanta Braves making the wild card. So they'll be in the playoff
Chip
hunt
is still playing, man.
as well. Yeah, we're going to see Larry at least for the rest of October.
Chipper.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. When we come back, we got the National Football League wrap-up week 4. All the games but for one. Ain't no half stepping Marcus J. Be back in a minute.